before we. Let's fucking go. This is the Outlaw Apostle Podcast. I'm your host, Troy Neff. I'm the fucking guy. And it is a Monday morning. What? All right, we're going to start over. We'll just kill it. Let's fucking go. This is the Outlaw Apostle Podcast. I'm your host, Troy Neff. I'm the fucking guy. And it is Monday morning, people. And Leo is here with us. Leo, how are you, my brother?
Apparently all over the place. I'm doing good, Troy. How are you doing today, man?
I know things have just, it's been a lot of good shit going on, business, personal, but a lot of shit. It really kind of started Friday for me in that, I went to a business network meeting, and then that night, Dawn and I went to Morgan Wallen,
Mm-hmm.
unbelievable. The concert was phenomenal. My only complaint is that was about the toughest time I've ever had getting out of State Farm Stadium as far as
Oh,
parking goes. And we don't even park at the stadium. We park at the outlet shopping.
okay.
So we're like a quarter mile away. It's a short walk.
Yeah.
And usually it's pretty easy pulling out of there. Well, it was not easy. I mean, we did not get home till almost 2 o'clock.
Jesus.
That's how it was. And the networking group I was at, from there I was invited the next morning. It was kind of a thing they had thrown together and then invited me to come along, was to go shooting at Shooter's World in Peoria, which is on the other side of Glendale.
Yeah.
So I went to Glendale, came home, and then the next morning I'm going past Glendale, for that. And then Saturday night we went to Scottsdale for dinner. So
that's a lot of miles.
That was a lot of miles back and forth, But that's just it. Like, so, it was the concert. We went shooting, or I went shooting the next morning. It was pretty much a guy's thing. And a little youngster. He was 9. That was cool. Oh, wow. He actually shot too, man. He did all right.
That's what we like.
Yeah, we had fun. We had fun with that. Took my PC charger, the Ruger, and then we took Brendan's P90, which is
he has a P90? Hell yeah. That's dope as fuck.
Yeah, I got him that.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a pretty nice gift. That's not a bad
I would
gift,
say above average gift right there.
Yeah, it's ugly as fuck, but it is so much fun to shoot. And yeah, I don't know. I might end up getting another one.
Yeah, man. No, those things to a lot of people in my generation are very iconic because they come from a video game a lot of people played. So.
Oh, was that a big one on the video game? Because
very recognizable for people my age.
Oh, okay, I get that now. That makes total sense because it's more for like close combat kind of stuff too, right?
Yes.
Oh, and those are like, you have 9mm, and then you have these 5.7s that are like they're like little missiles.
Oh, yeah, they pack a little bit more of a punch. That's
yeah,
for sure.
I bet they do.
No, the P90 is definitely like. As soon as you said the name, or at least for me, it's very nostalgic.
Yeah, so then it's those are, you put that's like a 30-round deal, like automatically.
I think there might be a little bit bigger, no?
I don't know how you would do it. It slides in on the top and then down.
And then you smack it down.
Yeah, and you smack it down. Yeah, so it's like 30, I'm pretty sure. Everybody loves shooting that.
Like I said, it's so fun. It's so fun to shoot.
Definitely,
like little to no recoil. It is.
Yeah, none. Well, my PC charger, Ruger PC charger is like that too, and I got a 50-round drum, so I need to get a second 50-round drum though. But I tell you what, similar to long range shooting, and I love to really do long range shooting because you hit something 300-500 yards out, it'll give you a hard on.
Yeah,
it's really cool. Well, that PC charger, you go through 50 rounds, you're kind of getting excited too. And especially with that red, and it's so accurate. Like we put up these, one target we used first was a bear. We used a bear target.
Okay.
Dude, the bear's head was gone. I demolished it because it was a nice pattern of like this. It was about like this big, I would say. And it's all in there. It was nice. It was nice. That was fun to do. So, yeah, and then church yesterday, we went, worked out, just a lot of, and then business, of course, mixed in there too, but a lot of stuff going on, and a lot of stuff going on this week. We're excited. We're going to do this for the next, we're going to do this today, Wednesday. We got an interview on Wednesday, finally getting another interview. Excited about doing that. And we'll be promoting that and talking about that as well. Some more reaction videos, and the one I saw that got put up. That's nice.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I did. That's good.
Yeah, the two after this one are going to be a little bit more polished. I want to say is going to be the best way to describe it. They'll feel a little bit more polished, I guess. I don't know what to use.
You already hit the word. You don't have to think of a new word.
So I'm excited for the next one, though.
Very much so. I did not watch the WNBA All-Star Game. I probably actually will still maybe watch it.
I plan on watching
it. I guess it was ridiculous as far as scoring, similar to the NBA, that it was like 80-60 in the first half. That's like, yeah. And one of the announcers at halftime of the game made a comment about like there not being any defense and using the word D, but she said it was like a girl's. There's a little bit of controversy about this. It was like a girl's trip to Cancun. There was no D.
That's
meaning no
hilarious.
dick.
Yeah.
Yeah. and the other was like, did you just say that? Did you just say there's no dick? By saying there's no D. Oh, in controversy, it is crazy. I can't believe, dude, the WNBA. What did I must have lost my pen, but I don't think I need it. No, it's here. I got my pen. So they keep shooting themselves in the foot, dude. That whole league between seriously, like the players and the league executives have this opportunity that's been given to them now after over 25 years. It's like 27 years, I think, right? The league's been around for 27 years. It's been around a long time. Okay, this is not new. And they haven't been successful monetarily. Not even close. And even with the addition of Caitlin Clark last year, they were able to shrink the losses, okay? But there were still losses last year. And they continued to be. And now they're expanding. You're expanding, which means you're expanding. Like, who buys franchises that lose money? Who wants to do that? Like, I would have just.
Great question.
That's like you want to be an owner, you know? Like, you just want to.
You just like to say you
know what? It's like you want to own a bar, and you just want to own a bar because you just want to drink with your friends and stuff, and you don't care if you make any money, kind of thing. Like, you're not really running it as a business, and you're just trying not to lose money, maybe. But in this case, they're not doing that. They're not doing that. They're not at break even. They're literally losing money. And the way that the league has handled, well, obviously their marketing to some degree sucks because you've had 27 years and you haven't been able to build it up, or it's just the fact that people aren't interested. Okay? How many attempts have we made at women's professional soccer? Like, women's professional soccer is back again, right? For the first time this year.
I don't know. You
haven't checked it out. Yeah. So I actually think I think I'm right about this.
Okay.
Because we did have women's professional soccer. It did not work out. Guess why it didn't work out?
Why?
Because it didn't make any money. Okay. You can only rent out stadiums and do this shit for so long and lose money. Eventually, whoever the investors are, pull the plug and say, fuck this. Okay?
So we're losing way too much money.
Like, nobody owes you. That's what we don't get. That's this whole mentality of this generation and this younger generation that's now playing basketball, that's now playing, professional women's basketball. It's that we're owed generation. We are not fucking owed. Nobody fucking owes you anything. Nobody. It's not somebody's job to be able to fund this just so you can and pay you whatever you're. See, there's women's soccer.
Yeah, I honestly, I didn't know. This is the U.S.
I believe so.
I didn't know the.
And I've seen it advertised on TV.
I
don't know what TV, because cool. You got 1,000 networks now. I don't know what the fuck it's on. But my whole point is see, that's all U.S.
14 teams. Huh.
Uh-huh.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I might have to check it out. I mean, same thing. Watching female soccer and watching, like, we'll have to give it a try, but we'll see. But you were saying, sorry.
Yeah, no, but the whole point is they had tried it before, and it didn't work. And now they're trying it again. I don't know that it's going to work. It's going to work this time. So women's soccer didn't work. I mean, is there professional softball now too?
I wouldn't be surprised, I'll be honest with you, but let's find out.
You know what probably makes money? Seriously, the league. Professional cornhole. Well, dude, they showed on TV. They have professional cornhole now.
I have seen
Their
it.
teams.
I have seen it.
They got sponsors and shirts and all that shit. But what's the expense of putting on a cornhole event? It's nothing. You got a room. You got a handful of people in there, and you're throwing bags, and people watch it. Apparently,
it's very popular. That's stupid. That's exactly what I was gonna tell you. Is actually because it's one of those things you play at like your friend's party. You're all drunk as fuck in the backyard, just fucking throwing. Like it's just like I think it's the people themselves when it comes to cornhole, because some of them are like crazy about it. They're like fucking get excited and fucking like
But it almost reminds me of, because it's unexplainable to me, to my generation, okay? You're totally going to get it. You're going to be like, what are you talking about, dude? When people sit at their computer online and watch other people game.
Oh, yeah.
That's a huge thing, and they get a huge audience, and maybe they get paid for that audience, too, from YouTube or whoever. I don't know, but I think some people make money doing that, right?
A lot of people make a good amount of money.
Yeah. But it's not a league. It's not losing money. It doesn't. How big is the investment into that?
You really have no idea of the.
No, but how many? But I'm just saying, is somebody paying somebody a salary? Is there a contract?
So there's like I want to say like 3 big ways you can make money playing video games. Like the one is just like streaming. You have a small audience that just donates regularly, and then you have like different schools have adopted esports. So they have. Like,
I'm aware of that.
And then you have different clans is what they'll call them, like groups of people that have their own kind of contract negotiation thing with.
Well, I can understand, like, so somebody puts together a team, maybe they pay some people to be on a team, and they have some competitions that they go to, and you win money at the competitions.
Yep.
But to me, that's like paying a $5,000 entrance fee, and they probably pay entrance fees to the competitions. I would guess.
I'm not 100% sure,
but almost so. Like the World Series of Poker.
Yeah.
Everybody's
there's a buy-in.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's not losing money.
No.
Somebody is not funding this so kids can have fun in game and pay them $100,000 or whatever.
There has been events in the past where YouTubers or influencers like partner up with certain companies and they have flopped. That has happened where some people have lost a few million from putting on an event and it not going out the same way it should have. So there has been some in the video game. From again, I'm not 100% like into
but they didn't keep funding it for 27 years.
No, 27 years is crazy.
Okay,
27 years is crazy.
27 years,
like maybe a year or two, and they're like, it's probably not.
Yeah,
that
this
anymore.
is not good. If you do something like that and you don't make money, you learn your lesson, you paid it, and you move on.
Yeah.
That's what you do. That's business. That's my whole point with this is that the league, and not only that. So the league the WNBA has fucked up its marketing because it's almost solely exclusively marketing to niche groups and prominently, obviously, I'm just going to say it and talk the truth here, the LGBT community. And I have no problem with that marketing towards them, but to do that almost exclusively,
you're putting yourself in a corner.
You're making things very, very, very hard, right? So, because to me, and I've made this point several times, a number of times, you want me at that game. I'm the sports guy you fucking want. I am into sports. My girlfriend is into sports a lot. We go to a lot of events. We go to a lot of games. The only thing we are not going to really right now is hockey because we don't have any hockey here. But I promise you, if
booted.
if we had hockey again, we will go to some hockey games.
Has there been talks of Arizona getting another hockey team? Do you know?
Yeah, kinda, but it's not front burner kind of stuff.
Gotcha. If it happens, it happens in the past.
Well, I don't think somebody would have to have a concrete plan and move for a new arena for that to happen, and that's why the other one left. So they're not going to bring a new one until somebody comes up with a credible plan and shows that they can have the financing and get that thing built. And then you're looking 2-3 years out from that point, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Right.
So.
To really get them in there. Or maybe if it's being done, maybe you use a temporary place, but I don't know. I was never, I've been in I've been in is it called Diamond Arena? Diamond, it's right.
Coyotes?
Well, where didn't the Coyotes play at that arena right next to State Farm Stadium?
Yeah, it was like almost too. From
but it's called Diamond something.
I was very young when I went to go watch them. The only thing I can remember is that it was like almost like in a shopping mall area.
Yep, that's it. That's where it's at. So it's this, and I've been to concerts in there. So I've been in the building. I honestly can't tell you what's wrong with that building. I don't know why that became unacceptable for hockey. I don't know. I really don't.
I have no idea either.
Or what the whole purpose was, or why they wanted to move, or I thought
it was just that they couldn't pay the bill. Was it something like that?
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm just not into it enough to know. I just
I'll
don't have the knowledge. But I am saying that I do like hockey.
Yeah.
I used to have season tickets to very low level minor league hockey in Toledo because that's what we had. I
bet that's more entertaining though, because
it was pretty fun. It was pretty fun
every once in a while,
but not enough. It got bad at the end.
Yeah,
as far as the fighting, where all of professional hockey, they've tried to squash that a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I understand
and it sucked.
But
I don't.
Come on, let them have some fun.
No, dude. Okay, let me tell you.
Oh my God, I am so sorry.
Go ahead.
Pacquiao versus. Did you watch it? Pacquiao fight?
What night was that?
Yesterday or on Saturday? You didn't see
Saturday?
Yeah, you didn't see Pacquiao fight?
No.
Why?
Saturday night. That was the Poirier Holloway fight.
Poirier Holloway. Pacquiao was also fighting. Pitbull Cruz fought. It was a night of fights. It was a night of fights.
Wow, that's great. They put those up against each other?
So
that's not really super smart, is it?
They're very smart. So Pacquiao's main event was probably 30 to an hour prior to Max and Poirier's main event.
Oh, okay.
Time zones. They're pretty smart about moving.
I would hope so, because that.
But Manny, oh my God, 46 years old. Majority draw is what it came out to, but everyone's saying he should have won that.
Nice. I'll have to catch that. And the only reason we didn't see it is because we were out. We went to dinner in Scottsdale, and I still want to see the Poirier fight too.
Yeah, it was a good
Holloway.
Fight.
So
it was a good fight.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Holloway winning that.
No,
I'm glad.
Man.
It's totally okay.
But we were talking about hockey.
But we're talking about hockey. Yes. So, yeah, we would go. We would definitely go if it was available here, professional hockey. Dawn, used to, being from the Chicago area, Blackhawks fan, moving to St. Louis Blues, and for me, even though I was in Toledo, we were an hour away from Detroit. A large majority of people were Red Wings fans, but the Steelers being, my team, I also, the Steelers and the Penguins kind of go together.
Okay.
Like, it's totally okay to go to a Steelers football game and wear Penguins attire. It's totally cool. Acceptable both ways. Gotcha. Just because, there's a lot of crossover in Pittsburgh for that. Gotcha. A lot of love for both. And they've had some great teams. You know what I mean? They've had some great players over the years and won some championships as well. So it's unlike the Pirates, who haven't been good since Sister Sledge.
Okay. I don't even know what Sister Sledge is.
You don't even know who Sister Sledge is. You know what's so funny? You want me to tell you something totally stupid? You're going to totally love this. So we stopped yesterday on the way home at Fry's, totally to just pick up a few more cans of the Bubblicious Ghost, right?
Yeah.
Because I had bought it out, right?
Yeah.
I had bought it out not too many days ago, and hopefully they had some more. Well, in the one area they didn't have any, and the other, I think we got 6 or 7 cans. That's all they had.
In the entire store?
Yeah, the entire store.
Sheesh.
But we got to go to the other Fry's to see if they have any. I haven't bought that store out yet. But while we're going, and then my flexologist, who we also are the ones that we took to dinner, him and his fiance. Okay, he's the one that stretches me. Great young man. They invited us to their wedding. Okay, like that's kind of cool. I mean, who invites their clients like that to their wedding? But he did. We talked. We get along great, and it was wonderful to meet them. But when he likes the lemonade iced tea.
Okay.
Like the Arnold Palmer type thing. I'm not a tea person.
It's okay.
I don't know. Yeah. If you're a tea person, maybe like I don't know, but he likes that. But he tried the Bubblicious.
It's the best.
And it was. You know what his complaint was?
What was that?
It was too Bubblicious.
Why do people keep saying that? What does that even mean?
Dude, that's like I told him that wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
You mean it's too much like it? It's too much like it. Because it's a 10 for 10. It is exactly whatever ones you like. And I got to say, there's no company I found better. There may be flavors you like from a different company that aren't Ghost. Look, I totally get that. But you cannot convince me otherwise that there is any other company that if they say this is what the flavor is, that matches what your expectation. In fact, they go beyond it. I mean, when you get the Welch's grape, I didn't really expect it to 100% taste like Welch's grape. I expected it to be great,
close,
or very good,
but
not identical. Where you get to like, oh my God, that is what? Holy fuck, that's their flavoring. They are that good at it. So the Bubblicious, right? And so we're checking out a young bagger. You know, he's got to be 18, 19. I don't know. He might not even be graduated from high school. He's a young kid. Guy. So 17 to 19, right? He goes, yeah, I haven't even tried Ghost. I'm like, oh my God, it's so good. And then he's looking at it, Bubblicious, and dude, I said something to him, was like, dude, it's 100% on point, but you don't even know what Bubblicious is.
Probably not, yeah.
And he didn't. Yeah. He had never heard. He didn't know. First of all, he didn't know it was a gum. Okay.
God, that's making me feel old.
I know, right?
Like, what?
I know. I'm like, I just shake my head because I don't always think about the references that I make. And
you don't realize how many people actually probably don't know what's going on.
No clue.
Yeah.
And no clue what the fuck I'm referencing.
That's crazy.
Especially with young people.
Holy shit. Yeah, and I didn't even realize.
And that's part of the joke sometimes,
yeah.
doing that. There have been a couple comedians that were usually good at doing that, making references, and sometimes even I would be like, what? I have like, no idea, but it was still kind of funny.
See, that's what I feel like a lot of the times, like even like with the Shane Gillis like thing that we had going on, like sometimes I feel like there's like certain name drops or whatever, like, but I can kind of put the context together of, because I mean there's certain like things you kind of like reference and you kind of have to know a situation to understand why it's funny. But then there's other times where you can kind of put like two and two, like the whole Britney thing, right? Like Wnba thing, like.
Dude, I can't imagine this. So one woman at the gym that Dawn had stopped and talked to, I believe it was on Friday. Yeah, it was Friday. Asked her what we were doing for the weekend, and she told her that we were going to Morgan Wallen. She had never heard of Morgan Wallen. And
that's fair, though, because not a lot of people are like super into country.
No, she said she liked country.
Oh wow, that makes it even weirder.
And she was our age, but really he's really that 25 to 35-year-old group, because he's 30 or 31 or whatever it is. He's in his early 30s. So, I mean, they're huge. Like, if they're a country fan and you're that age,
you should probably know.
Nobody doesn't know. Now, they're older than me, but if you're into country, like, okay, if you tell me you listen to country music, then what are you putting on in your car? And is it just old stuff? You just listen to
like really old.
What do you still listen to? Tammy Wynette? Okay, come on, man. Like, what are you listening to? Like, but if you have a radio station on, you can't not have heard him. And Dawn even sent her a song, and she had never heard it. But can you imagine, like right now, there is no country singer, none, that is bigger than he is.
I
not one.
I couldn't.
Not male, female, or group.
I personally couldn't.
There's some other big ones,
Yeah.
But there is none bigger than he is right now. When you can come into Phoenix and you're doing back-to-back nights at State Farm Stadium, and you're doing the floor, and very few seats are blocked out with because of the way the stage set up. So very few blocked out. Dude, it had to push over 80,000. Easy.
Wow.
And it was big enough to have 3 openers, and on Friday night to have Miranda Lambert, who used to like be big enough to
have her own shows,
to have her own show. And Brooks and Dunn, who again used
Also
to do
person
headline their own shows. Like you would consider going to a Brooks and Dunn concert with them being now they're older, you know, my age people would go, you know, big duo like that. And Miranda Lambert told her she kind of looked like his mom next to him when she came out and sang a song. That was kind of funny. And we weren't there for the first chick that came out, but we saw her later, and I didn't know who she was.
Okay.
But she obviously has at least one album out, and she's gaining, you know. But she was cute as fuck, dude. And next to him, they looked good together. I'm like, and I even said, and people around me were like, because I said, if he's not tapping that, he's doing it wrong. If you're the headliner and you ain't banging the opener, because she was that cute, like, yeah, dude, you're doing it wrong. You need to, you're Morgan fucking Wallen.
Is he not,
you know what I mean? No.
Okay.
No. So totally he should be hitting that, man. Totally. Little Jack Daniels and hey, come to my bus. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real.
Shit, that's fucking
but that really amazes me sometimes to think about it, because we're all trying to get noticed here.
Yeah.
We're trying to get some eyeballs, and some of the biggest names in this business, you know, after Joe Rogan, sometimes I'll mention something, hey, you watch this and see this? They have no clue what I'm talking about. And we're talking about some of the biggest names making millions and millions of dollars, and a good number of people not even been entered into their universe yet. But to think that you could be as big as Morgan Wallen is, and somebody just to say, yeah, I don't know
who you are.
Now, you could say, I could be loaded. Yeah, my daughter listens to him. I like country, but, you know, I haven't really listened to his stuff. I would totally get. But to totally kind of not even know who the fuck he is, to be that big, that just, I don't know, that blows me away sometimes.
You know, when you say that, I remember watching a video of, like, statistically what it is. Like, on YouTube, like 1 million, 2 million, 3 million to, like, an average person seems crazy.
It is.
But in the reality of it, like, a lot of the times, like, those people, like, a majority, like, if you were to go out to the middle of the street and be like, do you know who this person is? A majority of those people are not going to know who that person is with, like, 5 million subscribers.
Well,
and it's a weird concept to like, in your head, be like, oh, this person's followed by pretty much half the world.
You would think that.
You would think that. And as soon as you go outside and start asking people, like, a majority of those people are going to be like, I have no idea who that is.
I was just thinking that. And the best example of that is if you and I went out and we started asking people who the Beast is.
And people would have, and if you ask it that way, you're talking about Mr. Beast, right?
Mr. Beast,
yes.
Yeah. Who Mr. Beast is. And I never followed his stuff. So you're going to have younger people that have followed his stuff, and they might be more likely. But I know who Mr. Beast is simply later, you know, like more recently in the last, I would say I only go back maybe 3 years.
Okay.
And he's been around a long time. People don't
idea off the top of my head.
Yeah, he's been doing this because he's been doing it since he was like in high school.
Yeah, I want to say at least 10 years.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's been around. He was successful way longer before I came across him. And I came across him just from the business and trying to understand, you know, the business side of doing videos, getting paid, and what this guy does, and nobody does anything like him, even today.
No, it's very hard to replicate what
And that goes to the point where we were talking before
approximately 13 years.
about spending money, and that's what people don't realize. Like this guy's done over like it's 13 years, man. And if you don't start that till you're 30, you're 43. This dude started as a kid and figured this shit out.
Damn, holy shit! Sometimes I forget
man.
how long a lot of these YouTubers are actually like.
It takes, but now he's a billionaire. I mean, the most. I'm pretty sure there's nobody who's done YouTube content and is bigger than he is.
At this point in time, no. I mean, he
None.
owns like 12 different channels, like some in different languages. Like
It's totally crazy. And the money that he
it took him
gets and he
5 years to even get to 100,000.
See what I'm saying when we talk about that stuff? It takes time to do this and build this. And all the while you're doing this, people are making fun of you. Think about the people that made fun of him. Dude, you're not going to college. This isn't working out. You've been doing this for 3 years now. You got 56,000 followers. Big fucking deal, dude. Big deal. What are you doing? And now he's a billionaire. That's amazing. Just amazing. Okay, now let's get back to the WNBA.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about that, huh?
Let's get back to the WNBA.
I'm okay with that, yeah.
27 years.
27
years.
Christ.
Yeah, somebody made a comment on X, and they said, something about a decade. And I'm like, a decade? This league is over 27 years old. The fuck are you motherfuckers talking about?
You know what I'm just realizing?
A decade.
I'm as old as the WNBA. That's crazy.
Dude, and you can't tell me what business can start. Most businesses don't make money in the beginning.
Yeah.
All right. But 27 years later, you don't have a single year where you're profitable. A single year where who has the ability to do that? What business, what person can open a business, a store, anything,
fucking lemonade
stand, anyway, and not be profitable for 27 motherfucking years?
You must have rich parents,
and still keep going, and still they do have a rich parent. It's called the NBA.
Is it?
It's the NBA funds this fucking shit, dude.
Really?
Dude, and how much? How much you want to think these guys that come, these NBA players that come to your games, they really have love for you? And you want a pay increase? You think they're going to give up their $200 million to give you a little bit more? When you're losing
money constantly.
I mean, I'm sure some of those players might be interested in owning a franchise and doing something with that $200 million if you were motherfucking profitable. But you're not profitable.
Dude,
you're not profitable.
I didn't even think, because there's a good amount of athletes that will buy out teams, right?
We'll get into it now more and more. That's an athlete's dream, is to own a team. I mean, Tom Brady's now a minority investor owner in the Los Angeles Raiders.
The Raiders, that's what it was.
Las Vegas Raiders. I'm sorry. I totally blew that. Las Vegas Raiders. Yeah. Uh-huh. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're not. And like I said, it's getting better. And I honestly think they have an opportunity to in the next 5 years, get to profitability. I think there's a potential there.
Really? Okay.
I really do, because honestly, more people are. Look, we're talking about it again.
Fair.
And it's not just you and me.
You were not wrong.
Dave Portnoy, a lot of other people with podcasts and people into sports, are talking about the WNBA now, whether it's positively or not. Look, Shaq is about to get in a fight with Griffin the third.
Griffin.
Robert
III.
Griffin, RG.
Okay.
Yeah. Robert Griffin III. What do they call it? RGI or what do they call him? What's his nickname? But he used to be the quarterback for the Washington Redskins, Commanders, whatever they were when he was still with them. But he made some controversy because he's married to a white, yeah. But there's a nickname for it. RG3. That's the nickname. My bad. I'm such an idiot this morning. But RG3 is his nickname, right? And he does a podcast, and he's taken some shit as well as some other NFL players that have white wives.
I think I've seen the clip.
Yeah, so there's some, back and forth about that. But he made some comments about Reese and Caitlin Clark.
Okay.
And commenting that Reese hates Caitlin Clark. And he took some hits back for that. Well, who supports Reese? Who pays Reese? She's sponsored by Reebok. And remember, I told you I watched the show. Mm-hmm. It's a cool little documentary. Shaq who was sponsored by Reebok during his career, along with Allen Iverson, is now an owner of Reebok and president of one of the divisions or the company now, whatever, but he's like a president.
Okay.
And Allen Iverson is an executive, and they brought back the Reebok basketball shoe.
Hell yeah.
Because it went out. Okay. But actually during its heyday, it never overtook Nike, but it was number 2.
It was a competitor.
It was number 2 because they had the pump in the tongue.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, it was a big deal. Yeah. So they wanted to get some players. And one of the players that they're betting on to, like Nike bet on Jordan is Angel Reese. Because they don't have the budget Nike does to pay these players, right? But so, they're looking for younger players. They're going in even to the NBA G League and trying to find somebody.
They have a G League?
The NBA?
The WNBA?
No, the NBA,
NBA
has a G League.
Yeah.
And even going to college players because of the NIL now to try to recruit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's a whole other conversation. I actually, for Friday, you're going to be not here on Friday.
I'm not going to be here Friday. I'll be here, just we won't be together. But so, Shaq's made some comments publicly on X, telling Robert Griffin that he needs to shut the fuck up or he's gonna. He actually said he's gonna punch him in his face.
That'd be crazy. Getting punched by Shaq.
Yeah, you can't trade punches with Shaq.
I don't
Probably
because
he'd get a hold of you. I don't know how you take out the Jolly Green Giant, man. You got to have a plan.
Better have
what I mean?
Knuckles and
it's
for them,
something. I don't know. Shaq is old, but that big giant meaty hand motherfucker, you do not want that touching you, man.
I will fuck you up.
So yeah, they've gotten into it but that's my point. They're talking about
it. Yeah,
they're talking about it. So their potential for the WNBA is finally here. After 27 motherfucking years, it's here, and the league is fucking it up. How's the league fucking it up? Well, I do agree with the players that some of the things the league is doing is simply insane. Natasha Cloud was hurt. She used to be on the Phoenix Mercury, and now she's on the New York Liberty. And she's a great fit on the New York Liberty. And I don't like Natasha Cloud's politics, okay? But I like her as a player because she's a gritty player, okay? Hustles, gritty, gets in there, going to do some of the dirty stuff, besides having a good shot, right? I do like her as a basketball player.
Cool.
And she's made, one of the games where she was hurt, on the sideline, she was wearing a ball cap.
Okay.
And now how the players dress that aren't playing while they're sitting on the bench. Mm-hmm. And as we've already talked about on this program, the players before the game, not just the WNBA, but especially the NFL and the NBA, it's now a whole big deal for the networks to show the players arriving to the stadium or arena and see what they're wearing.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing now. And they spend time on it. You're talking about like you're mad because of 30 seconds of Taylor Swift. You're getting a fashion show, motherfucker. That's what they're doing. Now they're giving you a fashion show. She got fined, or no, she got a warning of a fine that if she wore that hat or wore a hat. Now I don't. As far as I know, the hat didn't say anything stupid on it.
That was my first question.
It didn't say anything stupid on it, but was told that she can't wear the hat anymore. Dude, when leagues start to do that kind of dumb shit like that you're just dumb. You're just dumb. And then as the league has been getting more good players, well, now you're gonna water it down a little bit because you're expanding it, the league, in my opinion. And then because you're having better players and not just some good players over the years, that they feel like they have to keep crediting those players, like, because if you don't acknowledge those other players, it's a whole big deal. Like the Cheryl Swoops of the WNBA, they all got to be acknowledged. The Dana Taurasi, the whole thing, you got to acknowledge them. And I get that to some point, but again, it wasn't big enough, man. It wasn't big enough. We could talk about Wilt Chamberlain, okay? But how big was the NBA then? How big was it? How big was the NBA when the Celtics won like 10 titles in a row? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there were some great players that people talk about. But that's not what changed the game, man. That's not what changed the game. The game started to change when another league tried to compete with them and had the Dr. J, and then Dr. J came to the NBA after that. But he didn't start out with the NBA. He started out with the flashier league, that had different colored basketballs and, was into doing crazy dunks and shit, and everybody liked it. But then they got Dr. J, and then taking away from Dr. J, the next big leap, that was Magic and Bird that elevated the NBA. And then, to get to the level we're at today, that was Michael Jordan. He's solely responsible for all of that.
You think so? You think so?
Who else would it have been?
Kobe?
No, but that was it. They built upon what Michael Jordan made possible.
I guess you're not wrong, though.
He did the very beginning. And then I was just going to say Kobe and LeBron after that. Yeah. Kobe, LeBron, Shaq after that, definitely to get to the monetary levels that they're at now.
And now we have Joe Morant.
Yeah. But getting to making it possible for the big money, and the money is more than what Jordan ever made, but he said but the increase in popularity to make that possible. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And that just didn't happen in the WNBA. None of them have elevated it the whole time. As good as Cheryl Swoops may be, and Dana Taurasi, and I think she's a great player. Her last year in the league, at 40 years old, she was still a true all-star player. True. She's still that good at 40 years old, dude.
But doesn't that speak of the caliber of the WNBA?
I don't know. That does speak to her.
Nothing against her.
But I'm just saying, but actually, over it goes back slightly before Caitlin Clark, where there's some they weren't bringing the attention to the game, but we were getting a better quality of players.
Basketball.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because the Indiana Fever drafted Alicia Boston the year prior, number 1.
Okay.
So the Indiana Fever got 2 number 1 picks in a row.
Wow.
That's really big. And Boston is a phenomenal player. And like I said, Phoenix, we have like 4-star players. If you can have 2-star players on your team, you're doing pretty good, especially in any type of basketball program. You just 2. You need at least 2. You have a third guy.
Oh, 4 stars.
2 stars.
2 stars.
2
Yep.
stars.
Yep.
We have 4 star players now on the team. And it's hard to have. It's almost too hard to have. We almost have too many. And because our bench is so good and so deep on the Phoenix Mercury, they're very good. I'm just saying it is starting, and then it's continued on since Caitlin Clark, right? We've got Paige Beckers, and then a couple years ago, Plum, who won the 3-point contest. No, Inescu won the 3-point contest, didn't she? But she's a great player. But Plum, there's just, it doesn't take too long to get in to say, okay, they're elite players in this league too. The quality is just getting better, but still, after all these years, it's still now. It is, whether they like it or not. Look, there were other great players when Jordan came into the game.
Yeah.
You had the bad boys in Detroit.
The Pistons.
Yeah. You had the bad boys. I'm just saying, but you have Caitlin Clark is the Michael Jordan in the sense that not that she may fall on her face and not turn out to be what we think she can be. But as of now, she has already demonstrated, and I'm not just talking about play, but I'm talking about ability to bring people to the game and attract eyeballs and getting people to talk about it. Let me bring it. So I was at the Morgan Wallen concert, right?
Okay.
Big old country boys from here in Arizona. And so there was a big old boy that I saw. I said, Don, look at that. And he was probably, I don't know, he's a little bit taller than me, so maybe like 6 foot.
Okay.
And probably I would give him 240, 250.
Big boy.
Yeah. Jeans, cowboy boots.
Okay.
You know what he was wearing?
What was he?
Caitlin Clark jersey.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Yeah. But, dude, you'd never see that before. He's not wearing a Dana Taurasi concert or a jersey to a Morgan Wallen where you're going out for the night with your friends and girlfriend, your wife, or whoever you're bringing to the thing. He's wearing a big old country boy.
I don't even think I've ever seen a WNBA jersey like in person in my life.
Well, I got one, and I've worn it a couple times. But that's what I'm saying. Last year,
out in public and stuff like that.
But dude, that's my whole point. Last year, when Dawn and I went to Indianapolis, we'd already seen Caitlin Clark here in Phoenix, and then we were going to Notre Dame Purdue game because Dawn's a Purdue cheerleader, and Notre Dame was playing Purdue at Purdue, so we came into Indianapolis. And then Purdue University is about an hour away. So we stayed in Indianapolis. The whole idea is to go to the game and come back and hang out. And we didn't want to hang out, you know.
Just like watch
Purdue.
TV or whatever. But
in Purdue, or at that city. You know, we weren't hanging out. That's not where we stayed. We only went there for the game. You know, that's it. We came back that day, you know.
No, I get you.
Yeah, it's a college town. You know what I'm saying? What are you going to go to find some good pizza place maybe? I don't know. But, no, we're going to hang out in Indianapolis. And so, but the college game obviously was on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And we came in on Thursday. And I was like, I wonder if the Fever are in town. Yes, they were. I couldn't tell you who they played at the moment. But we decided to get tickets to the Fever game. And they were sold out. But you still get tickets if you're willing to pay enough. And I paid $1,000 to see that chick in Phoenix. So I'm going to pay and see her and to get to say that I saw her at Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, her home court, get to see her there. But dude, that Friday afternoon, as we're going out for lunch and walking around downtown Indianapolis, there is Caitlin Clark T-shirts and jerseys from the Fever, from Iowa, from her college team, all over the place. You would have thought it was Sunday in a Colts game. And you're seeing Colts jerseys all over the place downtown because, you know, the Colts are playing the Jets or whoever the fuck they're playing. It was like, I was astonished. Like, the fuck? You just never seen that before, dude. We've never seen that before. So something is going on. That's why I'm saying something's going on here. It's actually really real. There is a tension to it. It is at the beginning, but they're fucking it up. They're fucking it up. The league is fucking it up because their referees suck. Not just with Caitlin Clark, but they're fucking it up for all of them. There's all of the games. It's not just the Caitlin Clark games that the referees are fucking up and not calling shit that should be called. And it's gotten very, very physical this year. And I'm not saying the game was never a little tough or physical, and the girls aren't tough. No, they're tough. But I mean, it's obvious. It's obvious stuff that just should not be happening in the game. Like literally the grabbing, the holding, and so obvious, and it's just very limited to what they're calling, and then some of the harder stuff that it evolves into, over the game time, that somebody's going to retaliate and shit like that. They're fucking it up, and they're fucking up the marketing. It's still not trying to get me. The only reason me is here is because of her, because Caitlin brought us. But it's nothing the league did. Now, they should be piggybacking on that. What would have been smart, their first major fuck up was the Olympics, not having Caitlin Clark on the Olympic team. She was good enough. You can't tell me she wasn't good enough to be the 12th person on that team. She was. It's no different than, I wish I could remember his name. It was a Duke player who was a senior, and he was a big guy. He did go to the NBA, but he was the only college player on the on the men's. No, this is going back a little ways, maybe 15, 20. But Duke player on the Olympic team, and people hated Duke, but Duke has its own. No, we got to go back. We got to go back before, But again, here we go. Flag has not played in the NBA yet. They just shut him down for the summer league. So he did do the summer league. But it would it would be like not having him on the Olympic team.
Olympic team, yeah.
Right now, because he is a hot player. He's showing that he's probably going to deliver. But yeah, it'll come to me who the player was. Christian Leitner. That was the dream team. So he was on the dream team, right? This is the team after we were losing, and we said we can't lose anymore, so we got to have professional players. Yeah. And so they brought in Jordan and everybody, but Christian Leitner played on there. But again, whatever amount of time, Caitlin Clark. Now maybe you wouldn't have made her a starter, whatever. But to not have her on the team and get a little bit of playing time and bring eyeballs, they did not increase the women's Olympic team. Did not get any more eyeballs than they have any other time. And nobody disagrees with the fact that if she had been on the team, that more people. Dude, I didn't watch. I have season tickets now. I have season tickets. I went to Wnba games last year. I didn't watch the women's Olympic team. Women's. I didn't watch it. Would I have watched it if she had played? Yeah. I want to see what she's going to do. What's she going to do against the world? I'm going to check it out. To not do, that's the biggest marketing mistake. It's free. What are you paying? I mean, they don't get paid well to be on an Olympic team.
It's more of a recognition thing, isn't it? Like, or like a
it's an honor. Like an honor. It's more of an honor. Now, I'm sure they get something, or they get some expenses covered. What do women's Olympic basketball team players get paid? That's an interesting one. But so it's not about like it's not like she would have cost a lot of money or would have been a thing. But it would have been good. She would have gotten paid, though. She'd have got paid from Nike. They'd have been doing some Caitlyn and Nike and Olympic commercials, right? But it'd have been good for everybody, dude.
Exactly.
Everybody. It'd be good for her sponsor. It'd be good for the league. She's coming up. She made the team, you know.
Yeah, they get
No salary.
No salary. Yeah.
Endorsement,
It's just
sponsorship,
endorsements.
price. There you go.
Yep.
The biggest marketing mistake that the WNBA has ever made. Because maybe some people, like the first time me watching Caitlin Clark, maybe that first time was, you know, with the Iowa thing. Other people might be like, you know, I've heard about this chick for a couple years now, you know, at Iowa, and there's this whole thing with her and Angel Reese, and I'm hearing it. Now it's the Olympics. They might check it out. You got to get people at least, you got to find a way to get the person their eyeballs the first time, which is exactly what I said when I talked about Caitlin Clark is the reason I'm at this Phoenix Mercury Indiana Fever game. And everybody's chirping, and I still repeat the story over and over. Everybody's chirping and bitching about Caitlin Clark this and Caitlin Clark that, and they're just jealous fucking bitches. And I'm saying, you know what you need to do? You need to shut the fuck up. You need to ball. Give me a reason to come back to a Phoenix Mercury game. When she gets on that private plane, that they now get private planes. They didn't used to. It's only in the last couple of years they got private planes now.
I do remember them.
So now they get to go on private planes. Caitlin Clark is going to get back on a private plane and go back to fucking Indianapolis. After that, what are y'all going to do after that? Ball, show me a reason. Give me a good time when I'm here so that I'm willing to spend my entertainment dollar here because you're competing with everything. But like I said, I think that they do the league at a good time when there's less competition. This is the least competition you can have in the year. Any other time, there would be more competition, you know, because you're starting when the others are ending. The NBA is ending. The NHL is ending. You're getting into that summer lull of MLB, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you're never going to have a time. And then you're not competing really with the NFL, but you will be soon, you know, playoffs when the NFL's starting. But this literally is the best time for them to try to make something work and give it a real chance. So, like, when the league is played, that's smart. That's good. What's not good is getting people there and realizing who you need to be successful. Who you need to take it to the other level. I'm not asking you to turn away from the community that has supported you the whole time. Look, I have a great time hanging out with lesbians. I'm not joking when I say that. We have a great time there. We enjoy it. Now, there are some things they do a little, it's like, really, is that necessary? Is that really necessary? Really? It's kind of like we were driving down the road yesterday. I don't know. We were either I don't think we were in Queen Creek. We might have been in Gilbert. This dude is skipping on the sidewalk, up and down the sidewalk. Tall, skinny dude. I didn't get to see what his sign said, but he had a little miniature rainbow flag. There's nobody else around. I literally don't know what he was doing. I don't know what he was promoting, what he wasn't protesting. He was literally just skipping alone by himself. Now, you could tell me your opinion, other than to say, I'm gay, which I didn't need to know and don't care, but like nobody straight is skipping up and down the street by themselves saying I'm straight, but this lone gay person skipping up and down the street, I'm gay. And my whole response to that was, You didn't need the flag or the sign, motherfucker. We knew you were gay because of the way you were skipping up and down the street. That was enough, man.
Nah, the only thing I would say is I know like recently in the past like few months there was a trend of there's people asking why people don't skip like it's a more efficient way of traveling like it's a lot quicker, it's a lot more better for your body in general to skip. And there was just like a whole skipping thing
Okay,
going
but he had a
around.
sign.
See, that's the only thing I can't like comment on is like whether or not.
So he had a sign and a flag. He had the pride flag. This wasn't an American flag.
Yeah,
no, I get you.
I get you.
So it was gay related.
Okay.
But he was the only one. It's not like it was a gay parade.
No,
he just randomly doing this, just randomly.
Yeah.
Now, if you're going to do it, yesterday was a good day to do it because we had the cloud cover.
Beautiful.
And it was temperature-wise, it was in the 90s and the best 90s you'll ever feel in your life because no humidity. It was absolutely beautiful yesterday in that regard. I prefer blue skies. But yeah, it was a little cool off yesterday. And this summer we've just had two of the highest summers, warmest summers previous to this. This is not going to be that this year. Because last year we had
we say that, but then
but we had 100 straight days of no breaks last year.
I'll be honest with you, I've lived here so long that it
all just blends together. I totally understand that too. I totally get that too.
That's why when people are always like, "Oh, like record day heat of Arizona," I'm like, it's just another day.
But that's my point is.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's good. But my point is like. I'm not saying abandon, but sometimes you go over the top with this stuff when there's got to be just like a way to do this. Everybody can be good or more of a majority to be all good. But again, I'm not saying to in any way do things to offend or to forget about the people that have supported you for the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm talking about doing something in addition to attract people you're not attracting now. And now's your time. Now's the time. Because I'm here. You want more of me, now's the time. What are you doing to attract those? And then the things the players are doing, the players are shooting themselves in the foot. Because nobody, even somebody like me, who is a season ticket holder supporting these people, and I don't have cheap tickets. I don't have floor seats, but I have the next most expensive tickets after the floor, which is I am front row, and it's the first like 3 rows behind the floor that are the next most expensive. You have the floor seats are most expensive than this because we have access to lounges and food and other things as a part of our package that nobody else has access to. So I'm at the bottom of the 1% again. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I don't know if I would ever get, the only way I would ever get floor seats maybe is if I had front.
Not for the WNBA.
No, exactly. Not right. Especially not right now. It's not worth that money difference. But if I did, their chairs are not as comfortable as what we're in.
So and with this, in a way,
comfort-wise and stuff, unless you would be in the very first of the 3 rows on the floor.
Gotcha.
And then that's going to be top dollar. I think, mine were over $6,000 for 2 seats for 21 games. And then I think they're probably in the 9,000 area for 2 seats to be on the floor.
Too horrible price difference.
No, but see the 6, like it recently doubled. The cost recently doubled because the women next to us have had season tickets for a long, long time, and the price just went up a lot.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and like my Cardinals tickets, I locked in for a certain number of years so that they can't charge me more if they go up. Yeah. Or so if they won the Super Bowl, I'm not going to get socked the next year because I already got it locked in. You know what I mean? I agreed to do that for so many years, doing that. But yeah, so I've put my money where my mouth is. I'm supporting them. I'm here. You want me to be here. You want more of me, and I'm going to criticize you the players. And when I go to the game Wednesday and talk to other people, I'll say the same thing to other people. That is absolutely stupid what those women did. And what did they do that was stupid? Let's show a couple of the videos that I have that we haven't gotten to yet, which this whole thing was about. And a number of them spoke. But somebody...
The players of what is building this brand and this league. There is no league without the players. And, the past, present, the ones coming up, they're the ones that have put in the blood, sweat, and tears for the new money that's coming in. And so we feel like we are owed a piece of that pie that we helped to create. So that's basically what that is.
What do you mean by what you owe us?
The players of what is building this brand and this league. There is no league without the players. And, the past, present.
So, yeah, we got it. She wants a piece of the pie. What part of there's no pie? Okay? I mean, think about it. Here's the best way I can explain it. You have 100 homeless people at the door who want a meal, and you only have 40 meals to be able to serve. And you're one of the people that gets the meal, and you're complaining you can't have seconds, that you can't have more. Well, there's not even enough to take care of the other 60 that wanted a meal, and you want more? We gave you this. You are not. What part of business do these people not get?
All of it.
That is not the way our motherfucking country is built or works.
Quality, though.
Look, and it's not about being, and I won't call them dumb. It's not about
ignorance.
Well, look, like when people were trying to shit on me talking about Jake Paul and his on the business side,
okay,
and what he's done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, another good example of that, besides him, I'll say, are the Kardashians.
I don't know how they got so fucking famous. That's just crazy to me,
dude. But they did.
No, they got very
legit. And you can't tell me it's just because what? Because other people have never had famous fathers who were lawyers.
No, I think honestly, I think it's more of their mom / dad's like ability to make them go viral, because she's the master manipulator of everything.
Yeah, but some of them have, not all of them have done the. All of them, I would say, are successful financially.
Yeah,
but some are more successful than others.
Correct.
They're not all billionaires.
No.
But that's what, Alex Hormozy, who is worth $500 million, has said what changed him when it came to branding and social media. And like, I can't just dismiss these people.
Mm-hmm.
To dismiss them, oh, they're stupid. If you dismiss them, you're the one that's fucking ignorant. There is a lesson in there somewhere about building this, doing this. The same for the Wnba. There is a lesson in here. It's eyeballs, it's attention. Somebody is willing to pay you because you can bring an audience to them. Okay? The league's not making enough money because you can't sell the TV rights for enough, because sponsors aren't willing to pay ESPN or some network a certain amount of money to be able to have those games. Because the network has to get the money from the sponsors, and then the players the league is going to get the money from the network, making a deal based on, we're going to cover you for 5 years and pay the league $100 million a year for 5 years, or whatever the number is, just making up numbers, whatever it is. That's how it's done. And the more you can bring to that, why does an actor get paid $25 million for a movie? Well, because the 4 previous movies he did, the movie cost $150 million to make, but it grossed $600 million, or it grossed $1 billion. And so they're willing to pay this actor $25 million for the chance to cash in. Sometimes it doesn't work, but at least they're willing to do that. But if that actor had never, that'd be like an actor saying, you know, just because he's the headliner or the main character that he deserves $25 million too. If you've never done a movie that's brought in big numbers, you're not going to get the big money until you do. The big money comes the next movie after you do it. You know what I'm saying?
Contracts,
yeah, exactly. That's the whole point. You're not pay you what? When you're not profitable, what percentage of zero do you think you're fucking entitled to?
Have them start paying.
But it's entitled. You're
paying
thinking,
into the debt.
oh, they should have to pay us more anyways, and that's why I use the Olympics and that stuff as an example and stuff that, you know, you can't get paid the same as the men if the men are the one generating the numbers. Do what they do. Do what they do. Generate the numbers. And when you start to do that, the money will come. And nobody will have a problem with it. Nobody. But you're getting paid now more. You get paid more than you're worth. More than what your value is, not your worth. You may be worth more, but what's your market value? The market determines your value. That's just how it works. It works the same for men. If men do something that the public isn't interested in, they're not going to be paid. They're not going to be paid. Not all athletes are created equal. And I think it's crazy too, but I don't deny anybody that the ones that get beat up the most are the NFL football players. And who has all the guaranteed contracts? The NBA and Major League Baseball, but especially the NBA. Guaranteed contracts. And it's only recently that some NFL players have gotten guarantees, and very rarely has it been for the whole contract. Rare.
Like a portion, like a year or two or whatever it is.
Well, a certain amount of the money. Like it's $120 million, but $90 million is guaranteed, and they're getting $40 million as their bonus.
Gotcha.
Or whatever.
Or whatever it be.
Yeah, but the NBA, you know, like it'll be $230 million, and the whole fucking thing will be guaranteed. It's insane, man.
That's crazy.
But they couldn't do it if they didn't have the money. You may think it's an insane amount of money, but if the players didn't get that money,
the owners or whatever.
the owners would get to keep it. And obviously the owners are still making a profit, or they wouldn't pay that money. They wouldn't pay that money if they didn't have it to be able to do that. And the value of their franchises to continue to go up in value, which they have across the board. I mean, the very worst NBA team as far as value is 100 times greater in value than the entire WNBA league.
I could see that.
Yeah. Oh, easy.
I mean, it sounds outrageous.
Because
but
we're comparing it to zero.
but it's believable,
So guess what 100 times zero is? Zero. So, yeah, it's not even close. So it's not that people don't like you. People aren't trying to shit on you. People aren't trying to diss you. You're not getting paid more because you haven't generated more. You haven't created more value. You got to create value. You know why? You know why I don't make any money doing podcasting? I don't create enough value yet.
I don't think so. I think you actually provide a lot of great value. There's definitely been a lot,
But
of
not
stuff.
enough for somebody to give me money for it.
I think the exposure is where we're
right.
lacking.
But okay.
It's not
But you
necessarily
know what?
value.
I said I'm willing to look at the people we compare to. 5 years, 6 years, Mr. Beast, you know, other people, Alex Hormozy, other top podcasters that we've talked about, and the number of years that it took them, and that after 5 years they got 60,000 followers, and then in year 6 they get 200,000. They get 4 times what they got in the first 5 years, and all of a sudden it takes off, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. That's 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. It's not 27 motherfucking years, dude. This is 27 years, and you're still not doing this. And now the time that you are getting the chance, and you choose to do this during your All-Star game, and nobody is talking about the game. Nobody is talking about the game. Everybody is talking about how laughing at you about wanting more money. That's no different than Stephen Colbert. Oh, the Stephen Colbert got canceled. Well, first of all, he's not canceled until next year, May of 26. So he's going to get he gets paid somewhere between 15 and 20 million a year. And the show, they said, is 100 million to produce. It takes in 60 million. And so they're losing $40 million. And people are upset that like he somehow deserves to keep his show. He is not owed in a way that it's somebody else's job to lose $40 million a year to pay that idiot $20 million and make zero profit off of it. That's not, television's meant to make money. It's meant to make money. Short term, long term, whatever, who owns the rights to it, all that kind of different stuff. But no, the dude's gone for one reason. It's totally financial. It's not Trump doesn't like him, and so they fired him. Trump doesn't like him, but it has zero to do with it. If Trump didn't like him and he was making the company $20 million a year, so it was costing $100 million to make, and it was generating $120 million in revenue, and it had a $20 million profit, they're going to tell Trump to go pound sand. I'm not giving up $20 million, dude. He's putting money in our pocket, but he's not putting money in their pocket. He's not putting the money in the network's pocket, and then he's criticizing the network. You're talking shit on your boss, and your show is losing money. You're a motherfucking idiot. You put those two things together, they've had enough. They're just going to want out. And that's what happened. I mean, this is easy, simple math here. What other one did I send you quick? And we'll go through these so we can finish them.
You want me to go ahead and
Yeah.
play it?
This is Plum. She plays for the Sparks.
At least as players, we didn't know that was going to happen. So I think it was kind of like a genuine surprise. But the T-shirt, just United Front was determined this morning that we had a meeting for. And, not to tattletale, but 0 members of Team Clark were very present for that. But no, we were just, we had a very...
that really needed to be mentioned.
I'm trying to make a situation light, okay? But yeah, no, I think it was just all of us getting on the same page for the game. We wanted to do something that was just united and collective.
What is she trying to say there? That Clark just didn't care about the other players and that she's got her money? And she said not very, but that included Clark because Clark was there even though she didn't play.
Is she not wearing the shirt? Is that not Clark at the bottom?
Yeah, she was there at the game. She put on a shirt.
Oh, but the meeting
The meeting they had.
Gotcha.
Okay. And I didn't understand. It took me a second to let it sink in what it meant when I first watched it. But she said they weren't very present for that. So it made seem to me like they were in the room, but they weren't gung-ho about it or that kind of thing or putting
they were there
effort behind it. And who wants to be the odd member out? Like so a handful of players put pressure on everyone to do this. And because you're going to look like an asshole if you're the one player, and especially if you're a star player, to not do that and go along. And so people probably are mad at Caitlin Clark for going along, but she's actually smarter than that. She did what she had to do, but but I don't think she's such a person that she doesn't care about, what other
people are like.
Other people, that she doesn't care that other people benefit in the league too. But Again, that's not her job. Her job is to build her brand. Her job is to grow Caitlin Clark and provide value for the league, for Nike and, State Farm, Look, in an instant, was Patrick Mahomes the State Farm guy before he won a Super Bowl? I don't know.
I couldn't tell you, to be honest with you.
But since he's won a Super Bowl and several, that dude, man, I don't know what his contract is with State Farm.
Yeah, but it's nice, I'll tell you
But
what.
I'm sure it's nice. And, currently most people would rank him the number one quarterback in the NFL, I think. There's overall right now, I don't think there's a debate about that he's the best quarterback in the NFL right now.
I'm sure there's a few people that would debate it.
Well, they might try, but
yeah.
it would kind of stupid,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's the best quarterback in the NFL. There are other great quarterbacks, and, I love what Jalen Hurts did last year, but, being better than someone on a day is not the same thing as being better than
In general
than someone.
I agree.
And so there's value there. There's value to State Farm there. If there wasn't value,
They weren't offering him the contract. Yeah.
why would you? Like, they don't owe somebody. They don't owe him that opportunity. And so all of that matters. It's just, I think those shirts, I think it was dumb. I think it was idiotic. I think you're shooting yourself in the foot because instead of attracting the public to your game, you brought attention to yourself, and not in a good way. Because what's going viral is not that some player hit 3 deep threes in the game. Nothing positive about the game is even being talked about. What's being talked about is the lack of defense, the lack of D. That's what's being talked about. And people literally making fun of you because you think you're owed. And, the country is not in that place right now. The people on the left are just not getting the message. Okay? Your owed shit is not a thing. You are not owed housing. You are not owed housing. You're not owed groceries. You're not owed free travel. You're not offered free shit, but that's what's being touted now in New York and now Minneapolis. Did you see the motherfucker who's running for mayor in Minneapolis?
I didn't care, to be honest with you.
You got to look at that dude. Now, I'm not saying you should make a judgment based totally on looks,
Mm-hmm.
but pull up, it'll just come up. The endorsed Democrat for Minneapolis mayor. That's what you need to do, and it'll come up immediately. Endorsed Democrat, because they have some different name for their Democrat party in Minneapolis. Something labor and shit too. I don't know, but endorsed Democrat, and put a picture of him up quick, and then I'll sign off. I'm going long today.
I don't know who this is, so you're gonna have to point him out.
There he is. Second picture, dude. You should see the pictures straight on, dude. His head looks like an upside down triangle. His ears are low and ginormous. But look at him right there, dude. Look at it. Just based on that alone.
He seems like a fun guy. I'll tell you what. He looks like someone I'd party with.
Yeah.
I don't know if me.
I don't know. I don't know about his party thing.
That is not
See, Mom Donnie, I think he does party or did. He
looks like someone I bumped into the bar, and we ended up having a great time. Oh yeah.
All right.
What were we? This is not what I was picturing when you were saying check this guy out. I was expecting some like old wrinkly.
Oh
man,
no.
Okay.
No. Young, so young, and ugly.
You think he's ugly?
Dude. He has a weird face, dude.
You think so?
Weird. Yeah,
I've seen.
I'm not
much,
the only
I've
one.
seen much weirder. I don't know.
That's pretty weird.
I don't know. I don't know. I guess I have cousins that look like this, so to me, it's
Oh,
not really
but everything going
to me-
around,
to me,
it's
really
all
not.
racist. I'm a racist now too, because or whatever you want to call me because of his looks or something. But no, he's Somalian.
Yeah.
So now it's all Mogadishu jokes. He's gonna. But that's.
Oh, I just realized
is
I
it?
didn't even have it on the screen. I'm so fucking
Uh-huh.
stupid. Oh,
It's okay.
I'm just fucking up all day here.
It's okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
God-
That's what we got.
God damn
Like
it.
I don't know how I did a whole show again on the WNBA. That was not the motherfucking plan. But it was good. It was good
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
thorough, thorough stuff in here. As good as anybody's going to do on this, I think. And I think I have a good perspective because, again, I'm coming from a place where I'm supporting them. I think that matters too a little bit. I'm not trying to shit on the WNBA or shit on the players.
I'll do that. That's all right.
Yeah, that's okay. That's your job. You can do that. I'm over here trying to stick up for you girls, and you're making it hard for me. You're making it hard for me to stick up for you because you're doing dumb shit.
Oh man.
And that shirt was dumb.
They'll learn eventually, hopefully.
I don't know. They got to do better. And join us again on Wednesday mornings. We usually start streaming 9:15. And we don't know how long we're going to go. Usually we try to keep it around an hour or so, 45 minutes, an hour. Today a little bit longer, just because we both had the time to do it. It just took that. That's just where it went. And then also the reaction video. Start checking out the reaction videos. The reaction video is up and going. Check that out. More are coming. Interviews coming. We got an interview on Wednesday, so that'll be up sometime after that. We'll let you know and keep you introduce the guest to you and everything that we're doing. This is the Outlaw Apostle Podcast. I'm your host, Troy Neff. I'm the fucking guy.